What's going on, boys? Aaron Alexander here. I apologize in advance if you hear my squeaking stool. Somebody commented about that the other day on one of my recent videos. I'm working on getting a better stool, all right? Bear with me. Or maybe I'll switch back to the chair. Dude, I don't know. But here's the deal. Listen to me. Whether you are doing day game, night game, or going on dates, so this could even be from online game, it does not matter how you're meeting the women. There is one major facet of your game that is missing. I've seen this time and time again. If you guys remember, back in 2017, if you guys have been following me that long, I put out my first course, Engage. Because what I realized is I already knew this when I was just a guy doing game. But then when I became a coach, I started to meet tons of dudes that are in game. I would do meetups in all these cities, started doing boot camps, all of this. So my first course ever was called Engage because I realized that one of the absolute pinnacles to being a respectable man is being an engaging speaker. Now, when I'm talking to women, am I talking this intense? No, I tone it down. But here's the deal. We're not going to get into tonality. We're not going to get into volume and all of that right now. What we're going to talk about is something very simple you can start doing right now in order to captivate women, in order to capture the attention of people that are listening to you when you're telling a story. So listen to me. We are living in a world where we are really taught to trim the fat. You take Twitter, for example. Twitter has since lengthened its character limit. But back in the day, I remember when you first were doing tweets, I think it was 140 characters, maybe even less in the beginning. And so you would take a thought that you had and you would trim it down. You would trim it down to, you would get rid of all the fat, all right? Then, on top of that, you're taught to not over-text women, not to send these like long, lengthy paragraphs, so you want to trim the fat. Great stand-up comedians, they also trim the fat. Punchline, setup, punchline, setup, punchline, setup. So trimming the fat is absolutely appropriate in many regards. However, the thing that you guys are struggling with is actually the opposite of that, which is elaborating. You want to elaborate when you are trying to seduce a woman. You are going to captivate an audience by elaborating. This is why if you ever read any great self-development book, let's say The Art of Seduction, let's say Awaken the Giant Within, let's say How to Win Friends and Influence People. These books, at the end of the day, if you took the principles of the books, you could really summarize them into like 10 pages probably. But they elaborate, and elaborating helps you to understand things better. It allows you to internalize ideas better. And so in this same way, when you're on a date with a woman and she asks you, when's the last time you went on vacation? Oh, it was about a year and a half ago. I visited San Diego. Oh, cool. What did you do there? I was just meeting with a couple friends. Okay. Give her something to work with. Tell an engaging story. Elaborate. Yeah, last summer I went and visited some friends of mine in San Diego. One of them's a buddy of mine that I actually went to college with. And we've kept in touch a decent amount, but we just haven't really seen each other since college. So it was cool. I was able to go visit him. We went, have you ever been to San Diego by chance? Oh, you haven't? So, I mean, it's similar weather to LA. So we were able to, even though it was like February, we were able to go to the beach every day. It was sick. I actually tried to take, I did surfing lessons while I was out there. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, what about, you ever surfed? No, I've always wanted to try. Do you get it? Do you get it? Now, here's the deal. When you are able to elaborate on a story, great storytellers, they're actually throwing in a lot of, I guess, unnecessary details. And so what you guys are doing is you're always just feeling that subconscious, self-conscious, low self-esteem that tells you that you don't deserve to be listened to. And this is killing you. You deserve to be listened to. What you say is gold. Develop this $1 million mouthpiece where everything you say is gold. The $1 million mouthpiece belief is even more important than actually having it. Believing. Louis C.K. told Joe Rogan years ago, Rogan talked about this on his podcast, that stand-up comedy is so insane because you have the audacity to believe that there should be a room full of silent people sitting in the dark while a spotlight is on you and you deserve to be speaking. You're the only one in the room that deserves to be speaking, to the point where actually, even if other people speak, they get thrown out of the comedy club. And that's an audacious act. And so, as you're going through the world trying to project yourself as a high-worth individual, especially with women, you got to believe that whatever you say is fucking gold. So start elaborating more. 2 more points I want to hit on this. Number 1, when you elaborate more, it allows for more potential commonalities, which allows for more monkey branches of a conversation, which allows the conversation to be full and filled and exciting and fun. And it allows the woman to leave the date feeling as though, wow, he was so easy to talk to. That is a big goal. I have a video either coming out before this or after this where I talk about using comfort as a DHV. The idea that you were easy to talk to and that you guys had great conversation in and of itself is a demonstration of higher value. So it's incredibly important. Now, finally, what I'll say. How? You guys are wondering how. How? So first off, I'm going to break this down into A and B. So A, a little bit of mindset here. Think about whoever in your life you've been the most comfortable around. This could be an ex-girlfriend. This could be your parents. This could be your brother, your sister, a female friend, a guy friend. It doesn't matter who it is. Think about that person that you've been around where it's never tense. You're not thinking like, what should I say next? And there can just be some silence. Maybe you can just be sitting in the car with your mom, not talking, but neither of you are uncomfortable. So you've got to get to a place where you're not putting these females on a pedestal and viewing them as like so much this thing that I really want to have in my life, and so everything's going to be so tense. That's number 1. Number 2, practice elaborating about an item in your home. So, for example, you might just grab your cold brew coffee. Practice telling a story about where this cold brew coffee came from. I'll do this for like 10 seconds here. So, I know that the cup here looks as though it's from Starbucks, but in all actuality, what it is this is a cup that I found on the side of the road. And because I have been having insane climate anxiety, because I'm so afraid of the climate being destroyed, I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick this cup up off the side of the road and I'm going to wash it out. Because when you wash it out, it's just as clean as when it was new. So this cup appears as though it's from Starbucks, and originally it was. But I decided to pick this cup up off the side of the road and start making my own cold brew coffee at home. And so in this way, I'm able to save tons of money and save the environment. And maybe one day I'll date Greta Thunberg because of it. Just an example, all right? Elaborate on items in your home. Practice this. Practice being able to say more about something simple. And in this way, you will become more charismatic. You will become a more engaging storyteller. And because of this, you're going to fuck more. You're going to get laid more. You're going to have better dates. You're going to have better interactions. Incredibly important concept. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you would like help with this and all things game related, if you want me to take you to the promised land, showing you, helping you along the way, keeping you accountable, if you want Aaron Alexander, me, in your pocket as your one-on-one coach, doing a call a week, helping you along the way, never stopping helping you until you get the results that you want, then what I want you to do is I want you to click the link down below and I want you to apply for coaching with me. We're going to get on a call, either me or my assistant. We're going to get on a call with you and we're going to talk to you about what coaching we think is going to be best for you based on your individual circumstances, where you're individually struggling. And we're just going to decide together whether coaching is going to be the best option for you, or if we think that you need to do some other things before you actually make your way into coaching. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.